welcome to a Nomad's Taste. This is Benny now on the drive home in the dark. Wow, we've had a wonderful discussion on contrast. No, was it contrast? No. Polarity. But I had to end it short. Actually, I should just add contrast. So, Abraham Hicks come up with the word contrast to describe why the polarity, the opposite polarity of the thing you want, contrast, and how a technique to stop you from feedback, to stop you feeding feeding this back into your emotional vibration, etc., because you're obviously a yeah, it's obvious if you put it this way that the contrast defines what you want, because the whole idea is to reduce suffering. You know, I mean, and no one's going and looking for help unless if they're like fine, you know, they got no problem. The idea is to reduce suffering and live longer, I guess. We don't have to live longer, do we? So the contrast is an important tool, and it's also something that can really trip you up, because you can be like a default creator is what I mean. That's the words of Abraham. Basically, I just call it like you use the appearance of the experience as you currently see it, and then feed that back into your system of emotion. So just say you see something horrible, then you let that affect you big time. You let it brew dark emotion in you. I don't know, opposite of what you want. Like, we're all different, got all the different tastes, flavors and colors, desires. The idea is to get more of what you want. Some people just want nothing, like nothing, and then things trouble them. So obviously they're gonna see a lot of things that they don't like because they want nothing. So they have that little discrepancy going on. I'm seeing it is you get so how I see it is by labeling the appearance of things that you don't like as just one word, something simple. In this case, contrast. Or you you could go complicated if you want. Go polarity of the opposite pole of where I want to be at. You know, like, it's like, and then you've successfully placed a tile over an enemy. Not an enemy, but something that's recurring a lot, all the time, you know. The tile represents something quite neutral and positive, because it's like you put a positive taint on it, you know, like you taint its negativity. So you make it more positive by saying, oh, I'm learning from this more about what I want, and it's fantastic because I'm getting, you know, I'm refining my taste in things, and blah 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 blah. I don't know, be positive, baby. That's the fucking way. Now and then you become like Abraham calls it, or Abraham calls it the vibrational snob. Like you just don't want to fucking, you're just a snob. Like a person that turns their nose up at negative shit. Like, oh, not negative, but that's not, I don't like describing it as negative. It's just the opposite of what you want. So you just turn your nose up at, like, I don't like feeling angry. I don't like stress. I don't like having to work too much. I don't like feeling tired and not being able to sleep. I don't like being told what to do, even if it's for money. I'm very honest with myself. Like, it's important to be honest with yourself. I don't like stress. I don't like being frightened. I don't like my heart rate jumping too much. I like to keep like a neutral sort of, not a highly excited all the time. That wears me out. I get like tired. Sometimes I'm like excited and I'm doing these podcasts. I get tired. Like walking to work tired, my mind's blown. All the amazing things I was talking about. So you're like this, eventually you will become a snob. Like you just will avoid anger, because you understand momentum of them. Anger's like, you're going in that direction, baby. You're building momentum in that direction. So your focus in that direction has built up a speed. You're gonna start seeing more and more angry things that make you angry. You're gonna start, you know, like, if you get nervous, you're gonna enter into more situations that get you nervous. Obviously, you don't beat yourself up, because that makes you more nervous. And then exponentially, there is this Abraham even talks about it. There is a fairly distinct lag between your momentum and what you get. Like, so when you ask for something of the universe and when you get it, there's a very distinct time difference, a change in time that must take place before the thing just pops into your existence. And that's like a good thing. That's like a firewall, because you have enough time to just, hey, I'm gonna approach this differently. I'm gonna reword this so I don't feel so like this thing I don't want to feel, and then even you can work out like feeling better, you talk your way up to feeling better. Move, you know, it's all technique and skill applied over years, and then obviously some manifestations happen immediately, but they're usually the ones like that float into your head. Well, this is my case. Everyone's different. Everyone's got wielding different powers, you know. But you get this crazy idea float into your head, and then it'll just appear. Like it'll just fucking boom. And you go, whoa, that just happened way too fast. That's amazing. I'm into that shit. And then you always want to go, oh, I knew it when it happened. Like I just knew it. Like I felt different when I had that thought, and it just happened. And then you start wondering, like, is there a fucking mechanism? Like, is there a technique for this? And I don't think there is. I personally don't believe that there is a way to fool it. I think the only way you can achieve anything in this world is persistence over a long period of time, etching away at things. Anything done radically fast, in a hurry, is likely to just bleep out of existence. You're likely to lose it, because if you build a skill up over a long period of time, it's a lot like Bitcoin, like how Bitcoin just bleeped up to $1,100 in 2014, and it went straight back down to 200. Like it only doubled its value because it never sustained that super fast rise. And it's probably because it became super profitable, so the miners just mined the shit out of it, they got more volume, and then they sold it and it was cheap, and you know. Because hardly anyone would be mining it now because it's just too expensive. It's just way too expensive. It hardly covers the electricity, let alone maybe the rent of the room. The only people doing it are just people washing money. You know, that's how I imagine it. You know, you paid off all your service, you're just running them, you got to pay the electricity, and then you get Bitcoin, like, which is untraceable, etc. But it is pretty traceable nowadays. They got it pretty well sussed. It's not like a dash coin. That hides the sender and the receiver. Now that's a cool coin. And eCash is just a fucking copy of it. No, Zcash. Zcash is like a copy of it, I think. Maybe it's better, I don't know. I have no idea. I've got to learn cryptology. Anyway, but what I was talking about is bleeps. Bleeps are followed by bleeps back down, you know? They pop. A lot like skills in life. Hola. Gracias. So you're a speculator. You're speculating with focus. You're spending focus for gain. Future gain, and the more persistent and the more you chip away, the greater the reward. That'd be and the more momentum the reward has. So the reward was earned in a way. much more than, say, a lottery ticket where you win the lottery and then probably spend all the money and don't know, like, you didn't earn it. You didn't work out how to make that money from scratch and then be able to do it again and again and again. Most self-made millionaires, billionaires, they lost all their money and then got back up. Won it all back again. Rags to riches, to rags to riches, to rags to riches. Because it's a tool, like a skill is a tool. A musician, I put in all of those hours to get good at playing an instrument, and then succeeded and can pick up that instrument and keep playing, but it still requires persistence. They can't just drop the instrument for many years, because then they'll lose all of the songs. They won't remember the songs. Just like if you don't play the songs all the time and you probably move on to new stuff, you got to practice. Some people, obviously we've talked about anthropology, and some people are more, have an anthropologic natural ability in many areas. There's many of different ones, but see, that's a burden as well, you know. It's a burden and a gift. All things are a burden and a gift. Just depends which way you look at it. Everyone has a challenge. Everyone has a focus. Everyone is incredibly in very similar shoes. Yeah, so we're talking about contrast. I made an equation because I kind of get it. You get you get an experience, and then you break it down. Like you're like a point that's moving through experience, and you're going in a certain direction. You're going with a certain velocity or motion. You know, like you have a certain momentum, which is related to your weight and your velocity. You know, like weight would be like how much of this focus have you eaten? Eaten up. How much have you focused on this before? And that'd be your weight building, and then the direction you're going in is often like emotionally. I'd call it emotion. Like we talked about this the other day. I'm talking about a decider. So the decider decides. The true creator decides to create his life. So he chooses emotion that he wants to feel, and then he constructs a new language, possibly with the help of a lot of other people that he listened to. I don't know, and then this new language is like focus, rewires his brain to be focused in that direction of this newfound decisive cognitive dissonance. I call it violence. And then you start to gain weight. So you're traveling in that direction. You're gaining speed and you're gaining weight. And then over time, it becomes almost impossible to budge you from that path, because you got so much momentum. It's like a motorcycle. A motorcycle, when it's going very, 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 very fast, is almost impossible to turn by hand. It's impossible to turn the wheel, because the wheel is spinning so fast. It has a huge amount of angular momentum, they call it. So because it's spinning, it's a huge mass that's spinning very fast, and it's like a gyroscopic, they call it, effect, momentum is really high. So to impose a change in direction on that wheel, you must match and exceed the momentum of the wheel, and that momentum is relational. It's just, it all goes back to energy. If you want, if energy was if you like to deal in that respect, you know. I've been building my momentum for 2 years, and it really works a charm. I've fucking really laid back now. I used to get like stressed a lot. I still get like my friend called a spontaneous anger, or rage, or fury. I don't know, spontaneous though, where something inside you just can't stand what's happening, and the distance is so great that you explode, and you blah, and you fucking probably yell at someone. You might even hit them. I don't know, but I never hit. I'm not a fighter. But something that's like rage in the moment. I think what's it called? Like, I think in France it's a fucking the crime. What is it? The crime of lust, or lust crime, or it's like the crime in the moment where the man sees his wife misbehaving with another man and just sees, they say sees blood, gets blood in the eye here, or you just get red, you just see red, and picks up a gun and shoots them both, you know, shoots the lover and his lover, and then they like, you get off, man, like, because that is a crime of passion, I think in France it's like, yeah, you just gotta be careful not to fucking, someone can kill you and get away with it and don't go to jail, nothing, because they're like covered by the crime of passion law. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I get like a mild form of that. not like really bad. It's just people that are really close to me. I can hold it for people that are like not my immediate lover, not my immediate family. I can hold off. I can hold off for a long time. But it can dawn its ugly head, man. Yeah, so I just wanna talk about contrast a little bit more, at least till the tape runs out. So yeah, I've come to a good relationship with it, but I like reminding myself about it. Like today, that's great. This afternoon really picked up my soul just by talking about it, just remembering the technique, the very simple technique of realizing, placing that tile over it again. Like it's been a while since I rehashed this. It's good to rehash it, like, because I don't listen to Abraham anymore. I just listen to it to death. Like I'm talking thousands of hours, like sitting at work, and that's all I'm listening to as I draw, because I'm a draftsman, so fucking hours, man. But beautiful. And then I've gone away for it for a long time. I can't even listen to her voice. Like, honestly, I've like burned the fucking voice. It's like Led Zeppelin. I cannot listen to like too much Led Zeppelin because I fucking burned it, man. and there's no way to bring it back. It ain't no fucking Phoenix. Oh yeah, the Phoenix comes out once in a while. But that's the funny thing. Like that's the dynamic. That's the dynamic. You just get bored of shit. is that like terrible? And mix it up, you know, keep it exciting. Yeah, I burned Abraham big time. I'd probably listen to like her new shit, like one of her new shit, maybe. I might tomorrow. I don't know. I just don't listen to shit anymore because I listen to a bunch of people talking. I like Joe Rogan. I listen to occasionally. Sometimes he's funny. Definitely listen to Eddie Bravo. I love Eddie Bravo. He's a warrior, man. I can understand Joey Rogan, just make the fucking money, you know. That's all he wants to. That's what he wants to be doing. Like be mainstream, get everyone on, be the chameleon, brother. Bring everyone's point together. He might have been threatened lately, I think, because he's trying to like fucking. That's just the way they roll. Like conflict. If you don't have conflict. They're fighters, man. That's what they do. Like the way he was digging in on Eddie on the last show. That's like it was like sad. I found that sad because Eddie's got great points, you know. And this fucking love affair with the scientist, especially when he's had he's had a good conversation with Rupert Sheldrake and like agreed on her points. Rupert's talked like quite a bit at length, you know, about like the crazy shit, and this motherfucker goes and gets like the Kraus gets like conventional science on and goes, wow, my head was just blown. I see, like, what? Fucking blown? It was like bullshit. The story was absolute bullshit. And it's like, these guys are writing cryptic puzzles for you to fucking waste all your fucking time on rather than just you divining it. I don't know. It's just like going around in circles. It meets certain people's tastes. It met my taste when I was a teenager. You know. I guess I just always wanted to kill it. I don't know. I got to kill it. Each to their own, baby. Hola. So, yeah, I'm just. I'm a fucking skeptic. But a skeptic without a belief. And trying to be a linguist, because the linguist is the ruler of the world, like the lawyer. The lawyer is the ruler of the world. The lawyer defines the rules and understands them and gets around them. They are a master of language, because in the language is the key. Anyway. What am I looking at here? 30 minutes? You're just probably seeing pitch darkness. Yeah, so the fucking, what the fuck was I gonna say? That's like your biggest hurdle is contrast and not feeding it back into your emotional loop, because you feel like, just take the worst thing that can happen to you. Like, this is what I'm prepared for this. Like, losing your child. Like, that's like the worst fucking thing that can, like, take place. But, ready for that. Being ready for that. I mean, how the fuck you get ready for that? And then move on. And you gotta develop like a belief system for that. You gotta quite comfortably be at peace when that sort of thing happens. Obviously there's mourning, like, you know, and it like probably doesn't look that great if you don't mourn. Wouldn't, would it? But here I'm saying make a believe, just commit it. Like, who knows what the fuck's gonna happen when we die, but just committed to the, obviously you got all of these memories of your beautiful job, and then you fucking, they live in you forever, and then this whole metamorphic field, morphogenetic field is fucking real. Your consciousness goes on, baby. Because before I knew about the morphogenetic field, I was postulating, assuming there must be a, not this cut and dry reincarnation idea, not that, but there must be a way to, there must be some kind of not cut and dry where you die, you become someone else, like, and that's it. That's a rattle. That's closed. That's a closed case. He died, he became him. And you're like, nah. I'm thinking more like, I was like, oh, I mean, like, I'm so much like this guy that's dead, but I'm also so much like this guy that's still alive. And I got like synchronicities with all these different people. And then I was like, this is like I concluded that when you die, like, you can go back in time and shit, and like be reincarnated in the past, because there must be some kind of time, unlimited time. Effect. And then I decided, I'm gonna check out Sheldrake. I'm just gonna check out Sheldrake and see what he says, you know. And he brought up the morphogenetic field, and I was just like, oh my gosh, oh my fucking god, this dude nailed it. And then the way he just tore the scientific doctrination out of me, like, it just tore it out, because it's the first time I heard a sort of history of the what do you call it? The philosophies of science, and how they were with yeah, this is the Benny Now Slowdown. We are slowing the fuck down. The way he just brought up the history of the philosophies, talks in his lovely English accent, fucking kills it, man. Kills kills them on the spot. Like, just pulls out a fucking AK-47, blows those bitches' heads off. I mean, like, and then they get on, like, Joe Rogan after him, and then they talk their fucking jive, like, their shit, saying, like, we've worked it out. I mean, fuck's sake, man. All it is, like, it's just, like, blow your head off. It's for, like a fuck. I think it's, like, retarded. I'm a bit of a retard, you know. I can pick them. But I think it's I think it's a form of I honestly believe it's a form of, what do you call it, like autism. Like, just so much focus on a language that's not for speaking to people on a daily basis. It's a language within mathematics. Mathematics is a language of its own. It has a whole bunch of rules. This comes before that, and if you put those two together, you have to do this. Blah 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 blah. You have a calculator that helps you decipher what's next. It's a linguistic tile. It's a type of linguistic tile. Like, I just can't believe how free I feel now to have fucking discarded all of that rubbish and listening to the most beautiful mind on the topic, one of their spokespeople, and he can't explain it very well, and you wonder. It's a control mechanism. It's like a church. You know, you create a complex puzzle, and then only the bishops and the knights understand it. So, but they aren't making any discoveries anymore. They're making them up. I mean, they didn't even go to the moon, man. They lied about it, and there's still people who believe they went to the moon. And I don't know how to get there again. It's incredible. Like, they're wondering how they're gonna get there again when they stole all that money and made fake movies and went on the moon. It's incredible. And every photo of the Earth is fake. Every photo of the round Earth is fake. I went and looked myself. It's all pixelated. It was like, oh, this is a photo of the Earth. And it's fucking, like, downloadable. And you can download it. And you look at the edges of it, and they're all pixelated, man. Or, like, Photoshop the edges. It's fucking incredible that they can get away with this for so long. I don't know. Maybe it is round. I don't know. Maybe it's just a plane that goes on and on and on and on and on forever and ever. A giant crater. Yeah, just it's important to open up your mind That's all I'm into. Open up my mind. Be a truth detector. And then you can hear bullshit. You can hear it. Once you master language, you can just see people. You can see them lie. You can see them make up stories. Once you're so honest, like you're just so honest, it's then you can see lies. You can see them. You can feel them. They attract to you. That's the equation. If you go the experience wants balance. It finds balance. It's in everything. Everything's finding balance. Everything's about finding balance. So if you go really, really far on one pole, one side of the polarity, then the other side enters your experience to pull you towards the center. But you can continue to push and push and push the limits. And then it will push and push its limits. And quite happily you can survive all of this pushing and pulling. But you got to expect it in your life. Like, you got to expect it. Unless you lead a life very, very balanced. Like, you're neither evil nor good. You're neither healthy nor sick. You know, like, you walk that middle line. If you walk that middle line, you won't get too many surprises. But see, the middle line is a polarity of the balance is the polarity of chaos. So chaos will enter your life in the form of probably war, because you're most likely peaceful. So you've got to... It's a fine fucking line. He who is invincible walks a fine line. Shit, I'll just leave it on that beautiful quote. He who is invincible walks a fine line. You take care. This is Benny now. You're listening to a Nomad's Taste. Get it into you. From deep in my heart of hearts, there's so much love for you, for everyone. Thank you, Adi, for the production. Please try and guess what country I live in, and I'll get you a t-shirt. Only one lucky listener gets the t-shirt. I'm not sure Adi wants a t-shirt. He hasn't answered me. Anyway, you take care. I'll see you on the flip side.